So I will just start with a brief introduction of the event. So this is the second event we have for the APs. Previously we had Sano, but tonight it's KARKINAKI from Greece. It's a local organization that is providing vital support for the local population of Greece, and they're going to tell us more about their work. So before we start, I want to say that we'll be recording the event so we can put it up on YouTube. So the messages that you send in the chat is going to be seen in the video. If you have any questions, you can type it in the chat, or you can raise your hand and we'll put you on stage. We're just going to start with the presentation from Carolina from Kakinaki.
Mhm.
And after that, we'll have a short Q&A from the audience. So that is the plan. I'm Eric, by the way. I've been organizing this together with Magda. We're from Youth Cancer Europe, and the project is EUCASNet, the European Network of Youth Cancer Survivors. So I think that's it from me. So I'll hand over to Carolina.
Okay. So, first of all, I want to thank you, Eric, for the help and for providing me with information and for replying to all my mails. And second of all, I will also allow Maya to intervene whenever she wants to add something, or whoever wants to ask a question. And although I might not say some things about Kirkinaki, I will do my best. So I'm starting the screen sharing. Mm. Hello?
Hello. I think that you may have gotten DC'd for a bit.
Have you seen? No. Wait, I will screen share again. Can you see it now? Do you see my?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. I'll stop. Okay. Can someone tell me if they can hear me correctly?
Yes, yes. We can hear you.
Great. Great. Okay. So basically, what Karkinaki is, it's an organization from Greece. It was founded by Miss Menya, by Mr. Llanos, and by Miss Anna Yabura. And Karkinaki means small cancer. And also, I find this name really cute and catchy. It's nothing to be cute about because we're dealing with cancer, and we're dealing with cancer for young people and adolescents and for children. So it's a very tough and difficult thing to deal with. So our story. So Karkinaki was created to fill the huge information gap in Greece that exists in childhood and adolescent cancer, and it serves as the primary portal for comprehensive knowledge on the topic. It was created with personal passion and interest, and the people that usually are involved in Karkinaki are people who have their own personal experience with childhood cancer, or we have families that had their kids been through cancer. So it's motivated by love and by personal goals. Um, so our main goals are raising awareness. It's really important to highlight cancer risk factors, symptoms, treatment options, and at the beginning of someone's path with cancer, it's very important to know what are your options, what chemotherapy you have to deal with, the hospitals, the bureaucracy. And second of all, we also empower individuals um, to be informed about their decisions. Um, we also advise them for their diet, for how to move forward after cancer. And we try to do that through workshops, through conferences. And we also try to inform as many people as we can through our campaigns. So yes. Um, so one of the most important things about Karkinaki is, as I said, that we try to empower. Um, we try to help individuals with. We try to help individuals to recognize cancer symptoms, and so that's why our campaigns are mostly focused on cancer. Um, no, um, it's how to deal after cancer. So it's really important again for us. And in particularly, we provide counseling and supporting groups and financial aid. Advocacy is the key component for our work. We also lobby for policies and legislation that promote cancer prevention, early detection, access to quality healthcare, and increased funding for research. We think that by raising public awareness and engaging with decision makers, we strive to address systematic issues related to cancer care. Um, Prevention for us is one of the most important things. That's why we also try to promote healthy choices. We also have made a campaign about HPV vaccination, and it's also a navigation through the system of Greece. Greece is one of the countries that have a huge bureaucracy problem. So we try to guide all the parents and the kids through the healthcare system. And last but not least, of course, we try to organize the events as um, as carefully as we can. So we try to raise awareness. And then the other thing that we have made is Sihi. Sihi literally means rule, and it was created to fill the huge gap that exists in cancer um, uh, uh, of cancer for psychological support. So these are one of the things that we have for our services. We provide counseling for parents of children and adolescents with cancer. We also provide individual sessions. We have social interaction groups for children and adolescents after cancer, and it's really important for people who have been through cancer to feel comfortable with their peers. So one of the things that we also do is peer support and empowerment groups for adolescents and young adults. Um, Secondly, we have parent-to-parent support groups, and of course, we wouldn't miss having special meetings with doctors and special education teachers. We know how hard it is for children and adolescents who have dealt with cancer to get back to their normal lives. So I think that this job is totally dedicated to the special education teachers. And something that I find amazing that we do is psychological support for the parents who have lost their kids. And this is I think one of the things that we cannot forget, all the kids who have dealt with cancer and have lost their lives through it. So we are trying also to include these parents to our meetings and to our counseling and psychotherapy groups. And we also um, We also try to host as many as conferences as we can, and we try to do that with people who work, who are in the parliament, with prime ministers, with Ministry of Health, and with other organizations in Greece. And these are some pictures from the people who are involved in Karkinaki in our latest conference with Make a Wish. It was for it was done at 15th of February for um, World Cancer Day. Yes, this is from Make a Wish. These are some of the conversations we had from our last conference. And this is the health kit that we have made. It has, as you can see, HPV. It has all the first aids that someone needs. And this is for 15th of February, our parliament. So yes, I will go back to Discord. So everyone who can ask me something can obviously do it. If Manya wants to add something about Karkinaki, I will be delightful. I want to also say that Karkinaki is a home for everyone who needs support after cancer, who needs support dealing with cancer. It's one of the organizations that personally have made me comfortable to talk about cancer, and it's also a great way to provide me with all the correct information about doctors, about treatments, about after cancer, what should I do, what should I do, and I think that Karkinaki is truly an inspiring organization and is hosted with love and support. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Carolina. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna turn on my camera. I agree. It is inspiring work that's being done, and it's really important to have local organizations working at a local level to really help the individuals. So I'm I do appreciate. I'm not from Greece, but we all appreciate having the local organizations. And I do have a question. You
Mhm.
mentioned the bureaucracy navigating the bureaucracy in Greece. Do you have some more information about that? Some examples?
Yes. Um, the thing with um, countries like Greece is that we're we have the perfect weather, we have the perfect people, but we're still behind some very important matters. And when it comes to health and our healthcare system, it's really bankrupted. Although it's progressing and we're always striving for the best, there's still a huge gap in our healthcare system. To begin with, we don't have digitalization yet in any of our hospitals. And so there's a huge problem to transfer from one hospital to another, to go for exams to another hospital. We also are trying to have a new hospital for people from the age of 18 to 25, which is a very important age because you're not a child, you're not yet an adult. So bureaucracy is a huge thing in Greece, and as I mentioned before, we are trying to guide the parents and the kids to get away with from this. It's a very important process to get your exams quickly, to get effective exams, and uh, for us, this is what we're trying to guide, and this is why in our organization we also have doctors, and we also try to host events with important people from the government to express our beliefs and our problems to them. Um, Last time we hosted the event with Make a Wish Greece. We focused on the right to be forgotten. This is a very important thing in Greece because um, cancer can never be forgotten by our bodies, of course, but we try to eliminate that in the society. We're trying not to have any obstacles when we want to get a job, when we want to have an insurance, and there are still some things that we have to um, to get rid of in order um, to strive for the right to be forgotten. So bureaucracy, once again, is a huge problem in all of our sectors in Greece, but it's really important when it comes to health.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely important. It often takes a lot of time, and you don't have much time when you have cancer,
Mhm.
which is a problem. You did touch on the right to be forgotten. How far have you gotten with those issues? The right to be forgotten. It's
Um,
about. I just explain briefly in case someone doesn't know that uh, your records are being kept um, um, by various institutions. So it might be difficult to get a job,
mhm.
or it might be difficult to get an insurance or a loan because you're seen as a risk. Whereas most other groups uh, don't. Youth Cancer Europe had a one campaign, cancer criminals, because criminals get forgotten, but cancer patients don't. So that's
Exactly,
what, yeah, that's what that
exactly.
is. Sorry, Carolina. Uh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, I will try to elaborate.
Yes.
So last time I mentioned the exact same thing because I'm studying law, and I told them how can criminals can eliminate their cards, the criminal cards, and we cannot. And the answer that we got from people that works in the government is that we tried so much to protect you, and we tried so much to make you into a special category to have all these rights, to have all this access to healthcare system. Because if you are a person who has been through cancer, you get a disability card, and you can have access to the healthcare system faster and without any cost. So the thing is that we're trying to find the balance. We're trying to have all these rights, but at the same time, when we want to get insurance, for example, not to be able for the system to have access um, on our data. But at the same time, there's no digitalization in Greece. Um, so we disintroduced the right to be forgotten, and since Cyprus has already adopted it, I think we will try to make it to. I think we will try and achieve it. We have introduced it. Manya has talked a lot about it. Um, they're they are at the stage that they're promising to eliminate all these obstacles that we have, but I think that Greece is not ready for that.
I think your sound stopped working, or is it me? Let's see. It seems she got disconnected. Maybe.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
I'm
okay.
so sorry. I got disconnected. Um, so I'm gonna say one more time that we are at the stage of introducing the rights of the forgotten to the Greek society because it's something that no one has ever heard before. But I think because Cyprus has already done it, and we are trying to also have it in our Greek in the Greek legislation, but at the same time, we also have so many problems regarding cancer patients. So I think we are a bit behind, but we're trying to achieve that.
Yeah, and what you're saying, it probably helps when you have other nations that have managed to get the legislation, so you don't have to start all over. I think is it Spain as well that has some, or
Yes, Spain as well, Cyprus, which Greece and Cyprus are basically like neighbors.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's good because I mean in how I see it is I get jealous when other countries have all this access to healthcare system, to all these rights, and you know, we're this beautiful country that has not yet do this. But I mean, to be honest, Greece has done many great things about cancer patients. For example, if you get cancer under the age of 18, you can get into any Greek university you want without exams.
okay,
Um, or you can have um, special help from the government, which is also important. But at the same time, yes, we lack other things.
yeah, yeah. I do feel, it's the same pretty much everywhere. No system is perfect, so there's always going to be sort of a fight for it. You were talking about the vaccination programs. Are
Mhm.
you funding it as well, or is it mostly information campaigns?
Uh, we are we most of the times hosting campaigns about vaccination. We are trying um, to let people be aware of the HPV vaccine. I think there are many parents who are reluctant of doing it for their kids, and we are trying to have these campaigns in order to give information, and these campaigns are usually hosted also by doctors and people who work in the healthcare system. So it's more, so it's guided correctly, let's say. And we're also trying to host as many campaigns as we can. That we are trying to be open about many things, sexual things, protection. Um, yes,
Uh, so do you have a public vaccination program for HPV specifically?
we don't have a. We do have most of our vaccines are obligatory. You have to get them,
Okay.
but again, it's on the parents' decision to make it. Our vaccines are free, but I think because when HPV vaccine was introduced, many doctors have opened up and said that it was bad for the kids, that it created autism to their kids. I think that
Mm.
because we're a country that it's very small, and you hear people saying all these things and you get afraid, as you got afraid with the COVID vaccine.
Yeah. Yeah, vaccine fear is a big problem. Uh, Sorry to get stuck on the HPV vaccine, but I know in Sweden the discussion was that it should be free for girls but not for boys. Is it equal in Greece? That
No, in Greece everything is equal.
okay,
You can get it even if you're not Greek.
okay,
Our healthcare system, one of its pros is that it's public, it's free for everyone, and especially if you're a child. Um, it's a bit different to the immigrants and the refugees, but you have access to the healthcare system, no matter the age, no matter the gender, no matter anything else, and it's it's free for everyone. But I think when it comes to HPV, people have heard so many things through the news, through doctors, and as I said, that's why we're trying to focus on education and raising awareness. These are some things. these are some important things, and um, I think it begins with education and information, everything. Um, when you're so, um, for example, in my personal story, I realized I had cancer because I knew my body. I was an athlete, and I knew that something was wrong about my body. And all the doctors that I went to, they were saying no, no, no. But um, if you are aware of your body, of your mind, and if you're like completely educated, I think it's really important to battling um, all these things, even if it's cancer, if it's another health issue. It's always good raising awareness first and educating the society in order to move forward.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Awareness really is key, for sure. Um, you see, we do have a question from Joanna. How does the transition from pediatric to adult care work when it comes to the system in Greece? And is there something that might require change on the field, you think?
Well, that transition from pediatric to adult care in Greece, as I've heard, because I myself have not experienced it, they usually allow the kids after in Greece after 16, you have to go to an adult hospital, but they allow you to be in a child hospital until the age of 18 if you're a cancer patient. We're trying to have the first hospital, Ayesavas, I think, Manya can correct me, that will allow people who go from the childhood cancer to another oncology hospital that is from the age of 18 to 25. But still, we have not made progress in that part very much. Um, but as I said, we're trying to make the first hospital that will allow kids from the age of adults from the age of 18 to 25. And my opinion is that we should actually do that. We should actually have a hospital for the ages or for the people who have been through cancer in under 18 to go to another hospital specially made for them, because um, I know for a fact that people who have dealt with cancer under the age of 18 have a really huge problem than going to an adult hospital when it comes to information about your cancer. You know that your doctor knows it best. So yes.
Yeah, having Aya care that is really designed for the Aya community is very important. It makes a huge difference. We have so many different issues when we're 40 versus 22.
Hmm.
It's social, it's financial, the living situation, everything. Um, so I really agree. And it's great that. So, how far are you in the process of getting a hospital for it?
We have introduced Ayusavas, I think. It's a hospital between the ages of 18 and 25. I don't think it's ready yet, but we're trying to have this gap filled in.
Yeah,
Um, that's it.
yeah. Okay. Um, I think I don't have any more questions personally. Do we have any questions from the audience? It doesn't look like it. Um, well, I guess it's time to wrap up. Thank you for the presentation, Carolina. It's
You're welcome.
it's amazing to hear the work that you're doing, and I know that it makes a difference for individuals in Greece. So it's really great to hear all that you're doing. So Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Um, and yeah, I don't know how to finish it exactly. But yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you
Thank
as
you so
well.
much.
Thank you as well.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.